Gaffer, you asked for a reaction from your players. Did you feel you saw that today?
Well, another home defeat to a playoff chasing team. We looked second best, if I'm frank. I look at the match stats and see a 57% possession in our favour. I see a 12-8 shot count in our favour, and it confuses me a little bit to see that, because but then maybe the game that I'm feeling is that 20 minutes at the beginning of the game where we went 2-0 down. Maybe my reaction to the game is centred on that, where I thought we were lacklustre. I thought we were second best. I thought we were making very poor mistakes, and then we probably did see a reaction. And the reaction to that first 20 minutes was a 1-0 win, and that's probably where we got our possession and our shots at goal, and we saw much more from us in that period. We looked a much better side in that period. But your memory goes back to that first 20 minutes, and the first 20 minutes in the end is what's cost us. So did I see a reaction in the first 20 minutes? No. Did I see a reaction to that situation? Yeah, I did. I think that we did dig in and gain control of the game as the game wore on, but we lacked the cutting edge to get ourselves back. We had chances, some big moments, but didn't do enough to get back in. And we're not doing enough as a team, and we've shown that consistently to produce the results.
Yeah, the 2 goals that you did concede were poor defensive goals to concede, weren't they?
Yeah, they were horrible team defensive goals. They were error strewn throughout the phases of play that led to them. You couldn't say it was just him. There were bad errors that you wouldn't expect us to be making. Throughout the unit. And defensively across the season, let's face facts. We all know we haven't been good enough. The culture within the squad to defend our goal is nowhere near the level it takes to be consistently successful. We've had it at certain periods of the season. We've had it in a better shape, but consistently we haven't done enough.
The goal we scored, obviously, Michael Smith, was actually a well-worked goal, wasn't it? And a good finish, and sort of gave you something to cling on to, I guess.
Smudge said himself, afterwards, for 20 minutes, he wasn't quite at the races. He made a mistake and got hauled over the calls for it, and he reacted to it. He held his hand up, he reacted to it, and the goal was probably typical of the improvement in his performance. He got into midfield. He started to go and join the diamond in the middle, overload the midfield, and took a little bit of responsibility to get the strike away. A responsibility that as a team we're not taking anywhere near enough right now. We'd learned that shooting at goal gives you a chance of scoring a goal, and we seem to have forgotten it.
There were some incidents in that game were baffling in terms of refereeing decisions. I guess as a manager, when things aren't going for you, those things tend to go against you as well.
Yeah, as well as I do, I'm not allowed to talk about refereeing performances or refereeing decisions, and after certain refereeing performances and refereeing decisions, you get asked questions. I think there were a lot of people in the ground who were baffled by decisions that were taken. When there are a lot of people who are baffled by the decisions, that probably speaks for itself.
Frustration, obviously, at another defeat. What have you said to the players in the dressing room ahead of next week's game?
Well, so much of what I watch at times from us boils down to motivation. I could hear it in the stand behind me, people talking about motivating people, and different things motivate different people. Different things motivate different groups, and you might think, well, by now, with the time I've had with the players, I would have learned what motivates every individual within the squad. But it does change, and individuals are complex things. And I said to them just now, I take my share of responsibility. Of course I do, for motivation, but they have to take theirs as well. There's plenty to motivate everybody within a football club at all the different phases of the season. At the beginning of the season, you can be motivated by the desire to get promoted. Some people are motivated just by the fact that they're playing at a certain level. Some people are being motivated by the win bonus they're about to get. Some people are motivated by the fear of being at the wrong end of the table. It doesn't matter what motivates people. The important thing is that individuals find it within themselves to motivate themselves, and you as a manager find it within yourself to motivate the whole collective. And I think there's a huge motivational issue. I think that people have got to make sure that they sort their own minds out. It's not acceptable that we go into a game and we start looking lacklustre. For all the efforts in the world, you can point at your manager and say, well, he's not motivating me, but individuals have got to motivate themselves. Now, motivation has got to be right. We are young, and learning the mentality and learning how to gear your mentality up so that the motivation is at the right level is a key feature of being a professional. And that today for me is the big deal. If we start better and then we continue as we did, we win the football match. So that speaks for itself.